Manchester United taking on Wolves in another must-win game for Manchester United if they've got any aspirations of a Champions League spot this season. Now, this isn't going to be an easy game for Manchester United. We've struggled over the last few years against Wolves at times. We've had some shitty draws against them. We've had getting knocked out the FA Cup against Wolves, so we've not had it easy. And in the reverse fixture earlier in the season, Manchester United won against the runner play against Wolves, a Greenwood strike, when we were very, very poor and could have lost that game. Now, we've been poor pretty much all fucking season, but I think we're going to probably have to play better than that. And I was looking at Wolves' stats, and they've hardly let any goals in, but they've hardly scored in this season. I think it was something like 13 goals scored, or 13 goals scored, and about 14. See, it was something stupid, but they've hardly let any in. They've got one of the better defences in the league, but they've hardly scored goals. So a lot, I mean, and that showed in that fixture where Manchester United scraped it 1-0. Now they're sitting, I think, 8th in the table. I think I saw it was. So they're not doing too bad considering they're not scoring many goals and not really letting many in. So they're keeping it tight. They're going to have Raul Jimenez probably up front for Wolves with Traore, who causes problems up on the wing. But to me, Traore doesn't have the end product that the Wolves need in order to steer them further up the table and be a bit more adventurous. Yes, he can beat a man, he's very, very good, skillful player, but doesn't have that end product enough for Wolves. That is, I think, why he hasn't moved to a bigger team than Wolves at this moment in time, and they're really struggling to score goals. I presume Jimenez is probably their top scorer up front. I'm not too sure who is, but they're not scoring a lot of goals. So if Manchester United can score a couple of goals in this game, we would probably win, but we're not free flow scoring either. I know we did score 3 goals last time out, but that has been a rarity of late under Wolves Rangnick. We've been really struggling for goals under Rangnick, really have. That is the first game we've scored more than 1 goal in, which is a fucking concern for Manchester United, it really is. I think he's probably going to switch it up in this game. I know some people probably say don't change a winning team, which is quite right. I personally wouldn't be against him keeping the same lineup he put out in the previous game against Burnley, but I don't think he's going to do that because the game's come thick and fast. I reckon he's probably going to switch it up, but we do have a while now after this game. We have a whole week before we play the FA Cup third round tie against Villa on the Monday night. So we've got a whole 7 days to prepare for that next game. So there's not really too many players that need resting for this one, but because it come thick and fast, I reckon he probably will rotate a bit. David Hale will keep his place between the sticks, but I think the fullbacks are going to go back to Telles and Diogo Dalot. I just got a feeling he will. There was no Maguire spotted in the team that went to the hotel this evening, so I don't know if Maguire's out of this game or he's just travelled separately and is going to appear at the game tomorrow. That can happen sometimes, but if he is out, then it's going to be Varane and Phil Jones at centre back, because there's no other centre backs in the squad. So it would have to probably be them two if Maguire is out. There's no news on why Maguire wasn't with the squad this evening, so we will have to wait and see on news there. Midfield, he's going to go with McTominay and he will go back to Fred for this one. Then he's going to go further forward in the formation he likes to play. I don't like this 4-2-2-2 formation, but the 2 further forward he's going to go, I think, with Rashford, and he's going to bring Fernandes back in. That's what I think. And then he's going to go with Cavani, I think, and Ronaldo up front. Now, he may choose to bring Cavani out. That is one option that I think might be slightly different and keep Sancho in the team, but I've got a feeling that Matic will drop out and Greenwood will drop out. Greenwood's started the last 2 games. Yes, he come off half time in the first of them 2 games against Newcastle, but I've got a feeling he will drop out of the starting lineup for this particular one. He'll utilise the squad a bit more and rotate again. I don't expect Donny van de Beek to start this one. I'm not too sure what the fuck has happened. Regards to he's come out and said that he doesn't want him to leave, but he's not getting any minutes. He probably will. I would gather he probably will surely get some minutes in that FA Cup tie, but that is no tie to be mucking around. If Van de Beek's not on the ball, Manchester United could potentially lose. That is a tricky tie that Manchester United could potentially lose. It's not against lower league opposition, so we can't rotate and rest too much in that particular game. But we have got a big amount of players that have got to be utilised and rotated with the way he wants to line up. We've got a lot of players in them attacking positions He did say that the reason Anthony Martial wasn't getting any game time was because he's asked to leave. So next in line to obviously come in if there's any more injuries will be Elanga to get game time. He hasn't really featured a lot recently, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him play some minutes in that FA Cup tie next weekend. Now, this is going to be a real tough tie for Manchester United, I believe. I do. I think if Manchester United can get the 3 points in this could be vital. Chelsea drew with Wolves, was it a couple of weeks ago, 0-0. Not giving too much away, not getting beaten up. So I'm expecting a tight game from Manchester United in this game. And it is a concern, but I think if we've got Cavani and Ronaldo up front with Bruno Fernandes coming back into the team maybe and Rashford, them two have got to be key because they've got to do a bit more than been done recently. But I do worry about playing the two in behind the strikers with Bruno Fernandes. I don't think that's his best position, and I don't think if Rashford plays out on the right hand side that's his best position either. So I've got major concerns going into this game. I don't think some players are playing in their best position, so but it is what it is. I would prefer Rangnick to go with a 4-3-3, something like that, or if he's going to play with two strikers, maybe a 4-4-2 diamond, something like that. But we will have to wait and see how Rangnick does evolve, and I'm willing to give him some time. I'm still unconvinced on the man, but obviously he's only here till the end of the season, till we get a permanent manager in anyway. And the same Manchester United keep this tight and win this game 1-0. I'll take any result, because when you've got to play catch up and the other teams have played, all you want to do is get the job done, because other teams this weekend that are in around us have slipped up. Chelsea, Liverpool have slipped up. Could we still catch one of them? I don't think so, but they've both slipped up. I mean, it is still feasible. We could catch maybe Chelsea because they've been in poor form, but a bit unlikely. But they have slipped up. They play Tottenham in the coming weeks. Arsenal have slipped up and they play Tottenham in the next couple of weeks. So there is all to play for. If Manchester United could go on a run of 6-7 wins, which looks very unlikely at this moment in time, we could be sitting in that fourth position, which is where Manchester United at least need to be at the end of the season. So any sort of win out of this game, the key is to win your games in hand. That's the massive thing for Manchester United. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below going forward with this game. How do you see it going? How do you see Manchester United and Rangnick lining up for this one? Do you think there'll be changes ahead of the FA Cup tie? Because it is a long time before we next play again, Manchester United. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and if you're watching this on Facebook, please do hit that share button, and I'll talk to you all again soon. See ya.